Good morning, students. In the part of multiple integrals, in the previous lecture, I discussed about the definition of double integration and how to evaluate double integration. In this lecture, I give few examples related to double integration. I go through the first problem based on the double integration. So go through the problem. Evaluate integral 0 to 2, integral 0 to 3, xy dx dy, where xy is the integrand and limits are 0 to 2 and 0 to 3. When you are observing here, the limits are constant limits. Okay, when we go through the graphical representation of the region, so see here, so this is my region. It is bounded by the 4 straight lines. Here you can take in any order. Why? Because of it is constant limits. So that's why I am taking like this. First of all, I am taking x equal to 0 line. It's nothing but y axis. And the second one, x equal to 3. X equal to 3. In the same way, I can take the y line. Y is equal to 0 line and y is equal to 2 line. So we can solve the problems based on the order what they given here. Here they given in the form of dx dy. So that's why first of all I can solve this integration first with respect to x. After that I can solve with respect to y. For this purpose I am writing the limits of both x and y here. So see here, first I am writing y limits. So y is equal to 0 is the bottom of the region and y is equal to 2 is the upper part of the region. For a fixed y, see here, for a fixed y, x varying from lower to upper. So for a fixed y, x limits are x equal to 0 and x equal to 0 and x equal to 3. In generally, it is a simple problem and they give the limits directly. Okay, so we no need to write the limits once again and no need to draw the diagram. Only simply calculate the problem. See here, so the given integration can be taken it as I is equal to, I can take the integration. So y is equal to 0 to 2 and x equal to 0 to 3 xy dx dy. Why? Because of the given in the order dx dy. So the internal integration is belonging to the x limits and the external integration is belonging to the y limits. When they give the constant limits, you can take in any direction. Okay, so there is no change in the solution of the integration. Okay, now first I am calculating the integration inside the square brackets with respect to dx. When I am calculating the integration with respect to x, y remains constant. Y remains constant. So I know the general properties of line integral. So first of all I am calculating the integration here with respect to x. Y treat it as constant. So it is enough to calculate the integration of x. So y remains constant. So I am simply write y only and the value of x under the integration is x square by 2. Now I am writing the limits of x. X equal to 0 to 3. Now I am replacing the limits of x now. So just first I am replacing the upper limit at the place of x equal to 3. So that's why I am writing y into 3 whole square by 2 minus y into, now I am replacing lower limit 0. By simplifying this particular thing, I am getting 9 by 2 into y dy. Up to here, whenever they give a double integration, that double integration will be changed into the form of successive integration. In the successive integration, first I am calculating the integration with respect to x. The resultant thing will be changed into the form of y's. Now I go through the outmost integration. In that one, 9 by 2 is constant right outside the integration, and the remaining thing is integral y is equal to 0 to 2 y dy. So it is look like a definite integral in a single variable function. So we directly simplify that one. 9 by 2 into, so the integration of y is y square by 2 under the limits 0 to 2. Now once again you replace the limits. 9 by 2 into, you replace upper limit 2 square by 2 minus the lower limit is 0. By simplifying this one, 9 by 2 into 2. So that is equal to 9 only. So therefore our integration value I is equal to integral 0 to 2 integral 0 to 3 xy dx dy is equal to 9. So this is the way we can calculate the double integration when they give the constant limits. Now I go through the another example. See here, evaluate integral 0 to 1 integral 0 to 1 by root over 1 minus x square root over 1 minus y square dx dy. Here also they give the constant limits 0 to 1 and 0 to 1. So one thing you observe here, the limits look like same. So based on those limits, I can identify the region in the xy plane. So my region is in between the lines x equal to 0 line and x equal to 1 line, and y is equal to 0 line and y is equal to 1 line. So my region is a square box and each side of length 1 unit. Okay, here also your limits are constants, that's why you can take in any order. There is no order preference when the limits are constants. Okay, now I go through the in this way. First I am writing y limits. Y limits is y is equal to 0 to y is equal to 1. See here in the observation of region, y equal to 0 is your lower part of the region and y is equal to 1 is the upper part of the region. For a fixed y, you can write the x limits. In the bottom of the region, the lower limit is x equal to 0. So this line represents x equal to 0. In the same way, your upper limit is x equal to 1. So this is your line x equal to 1. Okay, just I go through the simplification here. So the given integration I is equal to integral y is equal to 0 to 1. I can take outmost integration corresponding to the y limits and internal integration with the limits x equal to 0 to 1 by root over 1 minus x square into 1 by root over 1 minus y square dx into dy. First I am calculate the integration with respect to dx. When I am calculating integration with respect to dx, y is constant, so this particular function 1 by root over 1 minus y square treat it as constant. It will be same in the next step also. Okay, now I am writing the integration of 1 by root over 1 minus x square. So the integration of 1 by root over 1 minus x square is simply sine inverse x. Now I am writing the limits of x from x equal to 0 to 1. Now I am replacing the limits when x equal to 1, sine inverse 1 is nothing but pi by 2. When I am replacing the lower limit 0, that is sine inverse 0, it is 0. So by simplifying this particular term, I am getting only pi by 2 here. And 1 by root over 1 minus y square, till now it will be treated as constant into dy. Now the double integration will be reduced into a definite integral with a single variable function. In this one, pi by 2 is constant. I am writing pi by 2 now, and once again I am writing the integration of 1 by root over 1 minus y square. The integration of 1 by root over 1 minus y square is sin inverse y. Once again I apply the limits 0 to 1. By replacing upper limit 1, it is pi by 2, and by replacing lower limit, it is 0. So that's why I am writing pi by 2 into pi by 2, that is equal to pi by 4. This is the way we can calculate the sum. I go through the one more example. See here, evaluate integral 0 to pi by 2, integral minus 1 to 1, x square, y square, dx, dy. In the past two examples, just I discussed the regions with a graphical representation, but it is no need, but for our understanding purpose, I give that regions. So here also they give the limits directly. So I go through the simplification directly. They given in the order dx into dy. You can write this dx into dy in any way, either in the form of dx dy or dy dx. So I am writing the integration I is equal to integral y is equal to 0 to pi by 2. The outmost integral I can take the limits for y. The internal integration of limits x equal to minus 1 to 1 x square y square dx dy. Now I can calculate the integration inside the square brackets first with respect to x. When I am calculating integration with respect to x, y treat it as constant, so y square keep it as a constant function, and I am writing the integration of x square. X square integration is x cube by 3, and I am writing the limits minus 1 to 1. By replacing the limits, y square is treated as constant function, y square into, I am writing now, upper limit is 1, that is 1 by 3, minus lower limit is minus 1, that is minus 1 by 3 into dy. By simplifying this particular term, I am getting 2 by 3 into y square dy. Okay, the double integration can be changed into the definite integral or a line integration. Okay, so that is equal to 2 by 3 is constant. Now I am writing the integration value of y square. So the integration value y square is y cube by 3 under the limits 0 to pi by 2. So that is equal to 2 by 3 into, by replacing upper limit pi by 2, that is can be changed into the form of pi cube by 24 minus 0. Now simplifying this one, you are getting pi cube by 36. Okay, in this example, I can take the outmost integration, the limits for y, and the internal integration for the limits of x. So you may change the order of the limits also here. You can take the outmost integration for x as well as internal integration for y also. Then that time also you are getting the same answer, pi cube by 36. Whenever they give a constant limits to the integration, it does not change the order and value of the integration. Okay, now I go through the another example. So this example is related to the limits with variable coefficients. Okay, so whenever they give the limits with variable coefficients, we must follow the order what they given. Okay, so in the previous lecture I discussed the three phenomena to calculate the double integration. See here in this example, here evaluate the double integration, integral 0 to 5, integral 0 to x square, x into x square plus y square dx dy. Okay, so first of all you observe the limits of the integration, the outmost integration of limits 0 to 5 and the internal integration of limits 0 to x square. These limits are functions of x. Whenever your limits are in terms of x, that means those belonging to the y limits. What am I clear? So once again, the limits of internal integration is in terms of x. So these limits corresponding to y. See here, once again I try to explain in the region here in the diagram. First of all, the outmost integration limits belonging to x. So I am writing x equal to 0 and x equal to 5. Okay, and the next limits, internal integration limits are y is equal to 0 and y is equal to x square. So I am writing y is equal to 0 line, that is nothing but x axis, and the second one y is equal to x square. So now I am taking the limits is in the form of x limits. X is varying from x equal to 0 to x equal to 5. For a fixed x, you can take the y limits now. Y limits, y is varying from lower curve to upper curve. In the lower curve, y value is equal to 0. It's a curve, is nothing but a straight line in this figure. And the upper curve is a parabola, it is y is equal to x square. So here y is equal to 0 to y is equal to x square. So now you can take your limits, x equal to 0 to x equal to 5, and y limits, y is equal to 0 to y is equal to x square. You must remember that whenever they give variable limits, if the limits in terms of x, that is belonging to y limits. The limits in terms of y, those limits belonging to x. Okay, now I try to solve the problem now. See here, I can take the integration. I is equal to integral x equal to 0 to 5, integral y is equal to 0 to x square, x square plus y square. I am taking y limits here. So that's why I can take the integration with respect to dy. You must identify this particular thing here. In generally, in the problem, they given in the form of dx dy. There is no importance for dx dy as well as dy dx. Only the order is depending on the limits of the integration. So based on the limits, I can redesign my integration with respect to limits. Okay, so the outmost integration is belonging to x and the internal integration is belonging to y. Why? Because of the limits in terms of x. So now the double integration can be write into the form of successive integration. See here, so the integration x equal to 0 to 5, I can start the square brackets, integral y is equal to 0 to x square. Just I am multiplying these two terms, x cube plus xy square dy. The integration inside the square brackets with respect to y. So now here I am treating x is constant. Okay, and after that by calculating this one, after that I go through with respect to dx. Okay, by taking the integration for that one, I am getting x cube y plus x into y cube by 3, x treated as constant, and I am writing the limits here, y is equal to 0 to x square. At the place of y, upper limit is x square, lower limit is 0. I am replacing x cube into, at the place of y I am replacing x square plus x by 3 into, at the place of y I am replacing x square, it is x power 6. So this is the upper limit value minus lower limit. Y is equal to 0. By replacing it 0 here, it is 0. By replacing 0 here, it is also 0. So the lower limit value is 0. Now I simplify this particular term, x cube into x square, it will be x power 5 plus this can be written as x power 7 by 3 dx. So the double integration will be changed into the definite integral, one dimension integration. Okay, now I am taking the integration of this particular function with respect to dx. Now the integration of x power 5, x power 6 by 6 plus x power 8 by 24 under the limits 0 to 5. So I am replacing upper limit as well as lower limit. Here and simplifying that one, the value is 5 power 6 into 29 by 4. Okay, so these are all the problems for workout. In this lecture we discuss different examples and double integration with constant limits as well as variable limits. In the next lecture we discuss about the change of order of integration. Okay, thank you.